Let's keep working, people. Are we getting there?
Yeah. Run reel 10 again. I think we're duplicating the shot here.
See, a movie doesn't come all on one big reel. It comes on a few.
You got your syncing, you got your editing.
How soon do you think we'll be able to get this cut?
Welcome to the Postcast.
I am Gavin Basilar, actor, writer, producer. And we got the round table back. All of us are here. And
it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
It's been a bit.
No, it's been a while.
The round table's back.
Since all four of us have been on, yeah, it's a while.
Yeah. I thought the last one we did...
It's been 3 episodes now. That
3 episodes.
We've been short someone.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because you did the Mumblecore was you.
Can we talk about how Mumblecore is now the most popular episode?
It is. Yeah.
We can, we will, and
it's just a statistic.
Yeah,
an interesting one too.
It's a completely valid statistic to bring up. And to my left here we have.
My name is Jonathan Norcross. Y'all know me. I'm the biggest star here, man. That's the way it is.
Famous.
You know, I'm gonna put in the
Mumblecore episode.
That track again.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay.
All right, we're getting derailed already at the top.
To my left is...
I'm Jaime.
Handsomest man in the room.
Yeah. You know, silkiest hair in the room.
Was it Notorious?
Am I the Notorious?
You were the Notorious.
The Notorious
yeah.
Blanco.
I'm the Notorious. I'm Jaime the Notorious Blanco.
Yeah. Nice. It's me.
Yeah, I edit. And to my left...
I'm Jim Chalice, and I'm an editor and filmmaker.
That's awesome. Guys, so I think we're a little late to this party, but fuck it. We're doing a 2018 review of all the films and television programs that came out last year. There was an abundant amount of them.
I think this is a good time to do it because now you can actually watch them all.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of content to get through. So
the year-end lists always come out, and it's like none of them are in theaters. You can't get any of them.
Yeah.
This is the right time.
Yeah.
Springtime.
We're smarter than everyone else. That's
yeah. We're not lazy. We're smart.
Right. Why don't we start with a very special film that all of us have seen that one of us worked on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with that?
Yeah. You want to start with that?
Let's do it.
Hearts Beat Loud. I was the assistant editor on it, and it was fucking dope.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
And it was.
It was great.
We attended a premiere for that film.
Yeah, we sure did.
It was a rollicking good time.
Yeah.
Out in Red Hook. It was. It was a great night. Yeah,
it was
a lot of fun.
Yeah, the Postcast knows how to do a fucking premiere.
We do.
We really do.
We should go back
We've
to
done 2 now. We gotta have many more.
Yeah.
It's true.
We should go back to that bar.
Yeah.
Sonny's.
Oh yeah.
That is easily one of the best bars I've ever been to.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was incredible.
Was that bar in the movie? It was, right?
It was.
Yeah.
They used that bar. It was really cool.
Why did you like Hearts Beat Loud so much?
Obviously, I'm biased.
It's a great little movie though.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's a great little indie film. The director described it as a love letter to Red Hook. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but there's a lot of love in that film. Like,
do you think it's more of a love letter to just Brooklyn in general, or New York in general? Like, what's?
Yeah, it felt it. There is a really. I feel like I bring this up every show I'm on, but there is like a very like native New York feel to it.
Yeah.
Like the characters and like Nick Offerman feels like he's from here.
Yeah.
And his the relationship between him and Kiersey Clemens is like, it's really organic.
Yeah.
I was really happy they didn't actually like. She's just a lesbian in the movie. It's not like they made like a it's not like a thing. It's just that's just who she is.
Yeah, totally. They just accept it.
Yeah,
and move on.
There's no like. There's never a point where there needs to be like a conversation about it or anything. You know, he's aware and it's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of gotten to that point finally.
Yeah, and I think that was a conscious decision. He didn't. Yeah. They were just like, well, yeah, she likes chicks. Let's just do that and move forward. We don't really have to.
There was never an explanation of it.
Yeah,
it
we
was
don't have
just
to
like,
dig into this.
No,
It's just a thing.
It's just a reality. This is the world we live in. Just fucking deal with it and move on.
Right.
Tony Collette is in that movie.
She is.
She's fantastic.
Great. We're going to talk about another movie of hers later.
Yes, we will.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get to that.
I had a question, though, Jamie. Without getting into too many details, I guess, but how did that project come about? Like, how did you end up being on it?
How did I get offered that?
Yeah.
So I
John is mouthing.
I'm not doing anything. I'm sipping
oral.
my
so
coffee.
according to John, I suck a lot of dick.
No, that's not what I said.
I was trying to be a little tactful about it.
I didn't say anything.
So I work at I teach and I do tutorials at a school called the Edit Center.
Shout out to the Edit Center, an
Shout out
official
to the Edit
sponsor
Center.
of this podcast.
You're the sponsor.
We have many.
Yeah.
One of many sponsors.
And I was one of the teaching assistants to this guy, Keith Fraze, who's he's a fantastic editor. Shout out to Keith. And yeah, he basically threw my name out. They were looking for an assistant editor. He's friends with one of the producers on this movie, Houston King. Shout out to Houston. He's
Houston.
the man. And yeah, that was pretty much it. They reached out and I said yes.
Fuck yeah, dude. That movie's better for it.
Yeah, I met the editor. He was Patrick's awesome. And that was it. We just got along and started working on it.
Did you meet Nick Offerman?
I did not.
Sad.
Yeah. He gave
Did
me
you
a book.
meet Ted Danson?
I didn't meet any of the
Did
cast.
you meet Tony Collette?
I met no one on the cast.
I saw all of them when I was heading to the bathroom.
Yeah, they were all
they
there.
were there.
They
That's
were all
right.
just chilling in that building.
Tony Collette seems like an absolute delight.
They all do.
She seems like a wonderful
They all
lady.
do, yeah.
The I gotta say, like those like in between takes, I was like, these people are so nice.
Yeah.
You know, like just waiting really calmly and just not being shitheads to the crew. And
Yeah, isn't that nice? When they that the saying goes, "Don't ever meet your heroes" or whatever the fuck that
Right.
is. It's kind of nice when it's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, these are real people.
Nick Offerman seems like a guy who had a big hit show, and financially he's doing well, and now he just does what he wants.
yeah, good for him, man.
He works because he wants to, not because he needs to.
Yeah, that's exactly what I take from it.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about it the other day, right,
What?
Jim? That Nick Offerman's like he wanted to be an actor, but he wasn't willing to like quote unquote sell his soul. He was like, well, I'll just go back to fucking carpenting.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
And
yeah,
call
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't
is
care that
guy.
much.
He's the everyman.
Right.
Him and Megan Mullally have this. I don't want to say obsessive, but a big fascination with like Survivor.
They do. so another great podcast, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
He did a show with
Yeah,
and
I'm pretty sure that's where I pulled it from.
and they totally talk about their love for Survivor for like it had to be 40 minutes.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was fucking great. And Nick Offerman's like, I want to be on the show.
Yeah.
Please get me on the show.
He would love to be on that show.
He'll be nude in 30 seconds.
Nude in 30 seconds, building boats,
Yeah.
making houses.
He's gonna crank this a little higher.
We're having some technical difficulties.
That's where you need to be.
Jim just forcibly
Yeah.
pushed my face into the microphone.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm a beer first. Fuck.
Yeah, I know.
impressive.
Really, buy me some dinner.
Oh,
Jesus
Does that
Christ.
remind you of your interview for Hearts Be Loud? Well, I thought Hearts Be Loud was a delightful film.
It really was, man. Music
Made me
was
cry.
great.
Made you cry?
Well, I got real close to crying. I don't actually cry.
When was the point when you got most emotional?
I want to say during the final where they played
final
live.
performance.
Yeah, that was because of the trajectory of the movie. We knew that this was the last time they were going to do this.
Right.
I really appreciated that too.
Closing of the
You know,
store.
that it wasn't just a happy ending at the end.
Yeah.
You know, of like, oh, we're going to stay and play and we're going to do all these venues. It's like,
Yeah,
no, this
yeah.
is the one and only time this is going to happen.
Yeah, that's honestly my favorite part of the movie is when like Nick kind of or Frank in this movie, he was Tony wants to buy the store and she's like, you could keep running it, we could be partners in this. And then eventually he just like he gets drunk and frustrated.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
like
a great
just-
scene.
It's great. And he just like takes all his shit out on her and he's like, I don't want a fucking store anymore. Like I did this for God knows how many years.
Yep.
I just like I'm tired of it. I don't want to sell music. I want to make music.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of it's beautiful and sad and yeah, my brother cried.
Yeah, no.
Really?
Yeah, he told me he cried. He watched it.
He's only ever cried during Top Gun, I think, right?
Yeah, he's only cried during
Top Gun and Hearts Beat Loud. Wow.
Yeah, it's their neck and neck.
Wow.
Wow.
That is the mark of excellence.
Yeah.
Is it when Maverick and Iceman finally became friends? Is
Yeah.
that when he cried?
Yeah, I think it was when they were playing volleyball.
Oh, yeah.
When
that
their
was
shirts are off and their pecs are glistening in the sun.
He's like, fuck, that's real men right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real emotional fuel.
Yeah. These fucks are talking about real men.
John
He wants to be the volleyball.
Yep.
he wants to be the volleyball. Spiked his tears.
Getting slapped by Val Kilmer. That's where it's at.
John, what do you got for us? What's
I'll
the
go with another
2018?
film that I saw with Jamie. We don't see every movie together.
I feel like
just every now and again.
Yeah. The most important films we see together.
Another film starring the great Toni Collette. I think this is on your top list Hereditary.
Okay, so fine, then say what you want to say then.
Peter.
I don't want to say anything. I've tried saying
Okay, so
things.
try again. Release yourself.
Oh, release you mean?
Yeah, fine. Release me. Just say it. Just fucking say it.
Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother! Do you understand? All I do is worry and slave and defend you, and all I get back is that fucking face on your face!
Hereditary.
Jamie and I saw that movie together.
We held hands.
I was terrified. I looked to him for emotional support. He did not give it to me.
No, I didn't. I'm cold.
I thought that Tony
Jamie
Collette...
didn't want a spoon.
No, I'm not tender.
No. I thought Toni Collette's performance in Hereditary was one of the best performances of the year.
Yeah.
I agree.
She was incredible. It was some straight up Jack Nicholson Shining level stuff.
Yeah. It's true, yeah.
It's that dinner scene, man.
There was when she finds her kid in the bedroom. Oh. And they have that tight shot on her face, and like that's that moment of fear. Mm-hmm. It's just like holy shit. Yeah. It didn't feel like a real person at that point.
Or crawling on the ceiling. That was a real stunt.
She could
She's
fly,
incredible,
guys.
that Toni Collette.
I didn't like that movie.
Tom Cruise. Screw you, Jim.
It's a fucking excellent film.
I didn't like that movie at all.
Tom Cruise runs and Toni Collette climbs on the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's how good she is.
Yep.
Yeah, John.
Let's talk about why it's good before Jim butts in here with his ignorant comments.
It's well made.
It's definitely well made.
I liked...
Fuck, he was about to call it confidently made.
I like number one. Very unique.
Yeah.
When you're watching in the beginning, you're like, here we go, another horror film with a creepy kid. And then heads roll, and it goes in a different direction.
Like, yeah, literally.
Yeah. And
spoilers.
A lot of layers, a lot of weird symbolism that you don't really pick up until the end of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Really strange, but very good ending. I just loved it. It was unique.
It's definitely a film I thought about.
Beautifully made,
for
great,
like a week.
Great acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty rare that I feel like I need to watch another film again.
Now, me and John, like, I remember, like, we walked out of the theater and we didn't, like, talk for like 10 minutes.
No, it was...
yeah, it had that effect.
Yeah.
It was a little traumatizing.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't know what to think of the movie after I saw it, because I saw it in theaters as well. But yeah, it was just... There's just that moment of silence with the person I was with. It was just kind of like, what the fuck did we just watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess at points I didn't know if it was brilliant or if it was just nonsense.
Right.
I think I may need to watch it again just so I can kind of figure that out. But
there's a lot going on.
It's
worth watching a second time.
Yeah.
Also, that camera work, man.
Yeah, the camera work is beautiful.
Yep.
It's certainly a film where, like with a lot of horror movies, a weird little thing will happen, and you'll be like, does this serve a purpose, or is it just them trying to freak me out?
Right.
But with Hereditary, it means something.
Yeah, I feel like every shot counts.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're trying to tell a story. Like you said, layers and layers. Like everything counts. Like the opening shot where they're showing the model house.
Right.
And they pull out.
Which is really cool. It's a good shot.
It's a great shot. Yeah.
How's that done? Did they do that with like multiple cameras?
I don't think so.
Or fucking multiple lenses? Something. I have no idea.
I wish I could tell you.
There's a VFX house somewhere, like, dude.
Just really angry, tired VFX
guys. All right, Jim, you want to offer a contrary opinion?
I think the movie is good for the most part. So so me saying I don't like the movie is a little harsh, but I really think that it lost it for me when it became an actual supernatural event. That's when I was like, oh, I'm done here.
It was like 20 minutes in.
No, it wasn't 20 minutes in. Like the little girl was creepy, and there was definitely a creepiness to it with the ghost and all that other stuff. I got that, but when it played so well, whether or not they're just fucking crazy, and then by the end it's like, oh no, there's a real cult, and this is like a whole thing, and then the cult thing was fine too. I was okay with that. And just when it became like heavily yeah, and I was like, oh, and then of course, like, because I didn't see it in theaters, I watched it at home. So I immediately go to the internet afterwards, and the director was like, no, it really is supernatural. I'm like, why would you confirm that?
Yeah, I kind of
I mean, it's kind of explicit.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
It could be he could be crazy at the end,
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like, that's the
because the kid's face at the end is perfect, because he's like, he looks like a shocked teenager that's like, oh my god, my family's fucking nuts.
Yeah, but he could still be crazy. Like at the end of it all, like, even though the director,
the head's being there,
right? But even the director saying, like, my thing with when you go like search on the internet for like interview bites and shit like that, that's outside of the movie. So it's like when you watch a movie, you take it in, it's your interpretation of what is. After you watch the whole thing, and even though it's supernatural, like there's still an argument that could be made that like, yeah, it's just the family's fucking nuts.
Yeah. I think after I think he made a choice.
You think he made a decision?
It's like The Exorcist. He just made a choice. Like, this is supernatural, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's completely fine. What's wrong with that?
You think
There's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, you mean the director or the kid in the end?
No, the director.
Oh, yeah. That's fine.
I think it's explicitly supernatural, and it's fine. Yeah. It's a choice he made.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it being explicitly supernatural. I just think the tone of the film, once you get to that argument where she's like, I didn't want to have you, pretty much, that was kind of the best part of the movie for me. But after that, I'm kind of like, all right, well, the movie kind of drops for me after that, you know.
I mean, it doesn't really drop for me at that point, but like, I agree with you that
shit gets real in the third act.
Super real.
Oh boy.
No, it does, but it's just like after her head pops off, which was dope. That was a really dope scene. That was really well cut too. It fucked me up. After that, actually that whole sequence is great, from her getting like sick, you know, and then they get in the car and so the whole urgency, and then like he just goes fucking home.
Just completely shell shocked.
Yeah, but I did laugh really hard with Toni Collette crying the whole way. The montage of her crying, I laughed.
It's because you're a horrible person.
I know, that was so ridiculous that she's like crying and then it continues like. It was like she's crying and then it continues. They cut and then she's still crying. Yeah. It's like the same framing, and like I know this is supposed to be dramatic, but I'm laughing and I don't know why. I guess I am a horrible person.
Maybe it also affects you differently because you watched it at home versus watching it in a theater.
Yeah.
Well, and there was that time you killed that little girl, so it probably
there's
back
that part.
Okay, look, you're the sock strangler, okay?
I don't live in Greenpoint. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
The
Fitness park sock strangler.
The theater experience was somewhat ruined for me because there are assholes in the theater who just like to talk, especially during.
Who was talking?
Assholes during horror movies that just love to talk. Just be like, "Why would you do that? Don't go in that room. Oh no, don't do that." It's
we had a boisterous theater, but in a good way.
Yeah, like
just people like screaming and
yeah. Being into it is one thing, but adding commentary.
What theater did you see that? Put them on blast.
What theater was it? It was I think it was a Regal, fucking Union Square.
Oh, that's your problem right there.
I think it was. Sorry, yeah, I know my movie theaters. I can't help it.
No, that one's.
And I'm gonna say that brother is a fucking piece of shit because he's forced to take his sister to the party. And then,
which makes no fucking sense.
That made
no sense.
Which makes no fucking sense.
She should not have been there.
But even on top of that, it's he tries to get rid of her and more. And I think he says it. He's just like, go eat some cake or something. And it's just
he's trying to get laid.
Yeah, but motherfucker, you know your sister has a nut allergy.
Right.
It's very explicit. It's like the first thing that we learned in the movie.
I would have just left her in the car with the AC on.
That would have been a good move.
So that was one of those things.
And Jim's the asshole here.
Like, okay, this is some manufactured bullshit, but fine.
What I would do.
It's fine. we need her to have a nut allergy.
Yeah.
And now she's gonna get sick and get her head lopped off.
Yeah.
So the movie can keep going. Sure.
Yeah.
I was so relieved when that happened.
When it killed her?
You know, when her fucking head pops off, I'm like,
yeah, well, because you think she's gonna be like, the main.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You think it's gonna be the creepy kid horror film, which we've seen 1,000 times.
Yeah. I thought she was gonna come back.
Fuck me up.
So would you say this movie subverted your expectations? Sorry.
Do you want to go down that road?
I don't want to.
It came out in 2018, so we can do this.
John?
What?
Did it do that thing?
What?
Did it do that for you?
Subvert expectations?
Yeah.
It sure did.
Yeah.
I do like that shot.
It pulled a Ryan Johnson.
Oh, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, I loved it. Kevin.
Every single one. Every single podcast.
All right, relax. Kevin.
John.
What was one of your favorite works of art this year?
One of my favorite works of art. I mean, fuck.
Other than Umbrella.
Finally came out this year.
That wasn't this. That wasn't last year.
Well, we shot that I think in 2012.
Yeah.
And it was a long VFX process.
Yeah.
So it dropped in 2018.
Yes. Well worth the wait.
Go check it out. Where is it? On Vimeo?
It's probably on YouTube or
No,
something.
it's not good enough for that. It's on YouTube. No, it is on Vimeo actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Shit.
YouTube and Vimeo.
Wait, is it open on Vimeo or is it just like on our private?
No, it's in there. It's on there.
It's actually a locked cut of it. No, but one of my favorites, I mean, because I'm a giant nerd, was Avengers Infinity War.
I told you. You'd die for that.
Nice.
I can't stress enough how good that movie was and how much it shouldn't have worked. But it was a celebration of 10 years of Marvel Cinematic movies.
This is sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. What do you got?
You're going to bathroom?
John Cena, no.
All right.
Well, you getting more coffee? Yeah. Can you get me coffee? Just a little bit of milk.
You want sugar in that, baby?
No sugar.
Just a touch.
Just
because Jamie is not a sociopath.
give me that meat milk, not the fucking coconut milk.
Hey, don't touch my coconut milk.
Yeah, don't.
No, I'm an almond milk guy.
Fuck that shit. I love coconut milk. Yeah. Delicious.
I used to love coconut milk, and then
you love nut milk.
I do love nut milk.
Aww.
Like pistachio milk. I like fucking almond milk.
I always stressed it that because there were a lot of people who maybe didn't get as much out of it as I did, and to them I say this movie was for the fans. This was the movie that culminated after 10 years of Marvel movies. That's it. It was done playing it safe, if you wanted to say it was, but yeah, when you have a movie with like 40 fucking characters in it,
Gotta kill them.
you gotta, and that was the other thing. I don't want to say subverted expectations, but
Don't you dare say it.
but look, I'm gonna say it did in the sense that this was fine. This is a movie where the villain actually wins, and that's not something you ever really expect out of a superhero movie,
right?
And
well, in my opinion, the hero won.
And that brings up a good point in the sense that this movie, Thanos was the protagonist.
Yeah,
like there was no heads or tails about it. Like there were all the heroes were in it, but it wasn't their movie.
He's also the most complicated character in the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's got a lot of depth to him.
A little too much depth.
A little too much depth as far as what we've seen so far in all these movies.
Yeah.
But he brought up a legitimate case, and
too many people.
He went for it. Yeah, too many people.
And he could have just increased the resources.
Absolutely.
Let's go over there.
Let's just double the size of the Earth.
No. He straight up was like, I'm gonna be like Bill Burr as the president and kill half the country.
Jamie's in favor of depopulation.
I am.
Yeah, you want to put him on cruises and sink the cruise liner? Is that what it is?
That's what I'm all about.
Let's build the Titanic again.
Yeah.
Let's find the next iceberg.
I really liked
just nuke MetLife when WrestleMania is happening. Take them all out at once.
all at once, baby.
Oh man,
that'll take out all the wrestling fans.
No, we'll be alive.
We'll be okay. Yeah. But Jim, what were you saying?
Oh, I was saying that I really liked Infinity War. The reason I liked it a lot too is because it pretty much was like it was basically if you watch the first 10 years of the series,
yes,
it was pretty much for the fans to be like, hey, look, you guys, you've earned this. You've earned this kind of like story that has no real first act. I mean, just jumps right into the main story.
Yeah, it dives right in there.
Yeah. So it picks up right after Thor and then right into it.
They had no time, dude. They had literally no time.
Yep.
Are you all happy with who died? Were there certain characters you would rather see?
I mean, I was fine
to dust.
I was fine with the movie overall.
Yeah, but all right, if there's a list of all the Marvel characters, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna pick who's gonna die and who's not.
I'm fine with the list that happened.
I'm
fine with
that list. You're okay with that list?
Yeah, because I like the original 6. They're really cool.
The OGs.
Yeah, the OGs.
No, they did it. They did it perfectly. Where they just left the remaining original 6 members.
They left Rocket too, so it's like, all right, I'm good.
Rocket's
So I'm like, Rocket's there, great. Okay,
he's a cute little guy.
If I had to complain about one thing, even though it might be too dark, was that whole bit where Rocket wanted Bucky's arm.
How much for the gun? Not for sale. Okay, how much for the arm? Oh, I'll get that arm.
Oh, he's gonna get that arm.
He's gonna get that fucking arm.
But here's the thing: it's just like, Bucky turns to dust, but the arm went with him. That I should not have gone with him. That arm, the gun. He dropped the gun.
Yeah.
I think it would have been too graphic to have an arm.
Absolutely, I think it would have been too graphic.
That would have been amazing.
But if you just have that little scene where his arm drops, and then you get Rocket in there just sneaking in and just grabbing the arm.
Yeah, and then it opens, and this one he's wearing the arm.
Wearing it.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
This giant human arm.
He just retrofits it and just turns it into a giant cannon.
Yeah.
It's like a third arm for him. He starts walking with it.
It's his new tail.
He's a tripod.
Yeah.
It's a tripod.
You guys ever seen Harmon Quest?
No.
Okay. Well,
it's great actually. Yes, I have.
It's really good. Yeah. But at one point, they became like Harmon's character becomes a penguin and has like a human arm growing out of his back, and he starts using it to walk. And when you said that, I immediately thought of that. Just Rocket using his arm to walk. The human arm.
Just uses that as a crutch. But yeah, no, that was one of my movies, my favorite movies of the year. Visual effects were just fucking astounding. I used to do animation, so specifically computer animation. So anytime you put a CG character in a real world setting with natural lighting, it's fucking difficult to pull off.
Yeah.
And I know they worked on Thanos for like a good 4 years. Just on his CG alone, and it definitely shows because he looks like a legitimately real person when he lands on Earth.
Yeah,
it's true. You know who CG they didn't work on?
Oh God.
No, just that moment where
time for shitting.
Yeah, no, it's the one minor issue.
Nitpick.
Yeah, it's a nitpick. Is whenever
He's a picky nit.
Yeah.
Little nitpicker.
Pick your fucking nit.
That sounds so racist.
It does sound really racist.
Nitpicker. Picking nits over there.
The N is too harsh. No, whenever
our word. It's our word.
It's our
How dare
word. You can't use that word. Only we can use that word.
Whenever the Hulkbuster armor would open up and you would see Mark Ruffalo's head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty jarring.
It looks really weird.
Very obviously not real.
Yeah, but otherwise, I think the movie's like really good.
And yeah, I mean the high point of that movie, the thing that I'm talking about as far as this being a celebration for the fans was when Thor showed up.
Yeah.
The fucking crescendo of the goddamn Avengers theme just hits hard. The entire audience just cheered like audibly loudly, and it was so fucking good.
All right, I'm gonna reference the pilot podcast that never got made or aired. It was just me.
Oh, deep cut.
Yeah.
B-side.
Yeah.
The B-side.
Yeah, the B-side.
What inspired John to come onto the show, actually, because me, Jamie, and Gavin recorded like a 3-hour just us bullshitting session on our phones. And
it was bad.
It was terrible.
No, it was not good.
It was not good.
I was
very
excellent.
drunk.
Didn't Jamie call in while he was playing Sega?
Yeah.
I wasn't playing Sega.
You played Sonic.
I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog on my PS4.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
I spent money on that shit.
90s throwback.
Yeah. But to that point where Thor shows up, I'm still mad they didn't do a needle drop.
I know, we got into this debate about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, it should have been the needle drop. Yeah,
it should have been.
Yeah. Or like, or
you gotta cut that clip in when you edit this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I wanted AC/DC. That's what I want, like thunder. You know.
No, that's Iron Man's song.
That'll be Iron Man.
That's the whole point, because Iron Man was stuck somewhere else.
Fuck Iron Man, man. It's Thor's moment.
That's true. It's Thor's moment.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Thunderstruck is a good one.
Yeah,
They used it in Deadpool too.
It's true, they did.
Yeah. But no. Hopefully we get some AC/DC dropped in Endgame.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no AC/DC. I'll be really upset.
For Iron Man.
Iron
Man.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. Guys, see it. And if you haven't seen all the other ones, well, fuck, you're shit out of luck. But it's still an enjoyable movie.
But you can skip Captain Marvel if you want.
Yeah, you can't skip Captain Marvel.
Sorry.
You can. You don't have to. But we're not going to get into Captain Marvel because we talked about that in the last episode.
Yeah, we went pretty hard.
So listen to our Marvel episode.
Yeah, listen to it.
All right. But
Not before Mumblecore, but listen to it.
But yeah, that was one of mine. Jim, what about you?
Movie?
Yeah, movie or television, doesn't matter.
So you know what it is? I don't go to the theater very often. So movies I don't really see until they come out on like digital or Blu-ray or whatever.
Right.
Blu-ray. You're not getting Blu-rays.
On one of those
I
streaming
haven't
services.
bought a Blu-ray in like 4 years.
Yeah.
You're all just all digital, baby.
I am all digital. I don't know why I said it like that.
I'm all digital.
I like hard copies.
Yeah.
Jim's all CG now.
Yeah.
I am. I'm actually not even
He's
here
just
right
CG,
now.
Jim.
This is a hollow projection. It's my life model.
No, we downloaded them.
Movie. You know what? I don't.
Should we delete him? Or?
I think so.
No,
Yeah.
No one's gonna set up the podcast then.
That's true. The show's over the moment we delete them.
It's officially the last episode of the podcast.
We'll put you in the trash bin, but we won't empty it.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Movie. I can't think of any movie that I watched a lot of TV this past year.
Yeah. Okay.
So to jump off of the movie train, the show I watched that was really great for me was Mindhunter.
Excuse me. What is the point of this?
Great question. Psychologically preparing you for reality. And the reality is you have to talk to them. Somebody demands the impossible, you can't just shoot him.
And why do we have so much firearms training?
Well, because that is a tactical response for when all else fails.
But if local law enforcement can't shut something down, then it has required a tactical response.
Okay, but wouldn't you like to try something different? Or would you rather use firearms all the time?
I'd kind of rather use firearms.
Why?
Seems safer.
Mindhunter. David Fincher.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorite directors.
Amazing director.
Incredible.
He's fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, I still do. I have a whole true crime thing. I love true crime and like serial killers and the whole thing.
Well, what I love so much about Mindhunter is that it is about serial killers, but it's not about pursuing them really. It's about studying them. It's basically like an entire show about academics.
Yeah.
It's like people doing research. And occasionally they'll meet a serial killer and it's very creepy.
Yeah.
But it's even less of a serial killer film than Zodiac, which was like barely a serial killer film. It was more about people being obsessed with a serial killer.
Yeah.
About the hunt.
It had that good angle of it where it was just the new department of the FBI.
The behavioral department.
Yeah.
Behavioral
department of the FBI just being committed to studying all these people and how they can prevent it or how they can predict how people commit these heinous crimes, and then just the psychological damage that it does to the actual people researching this stuff.
Well, that's the thing I like about it the most, because all serial killers are essentially obsessives. So it was really interesting to see how, like, if you're hunting a serial killer or you're trying to understand a serial killer, you become equally as obsessive and equally as dark.
Because it's the only way to get into that world.
Right. And like my favorite episode of that series is when he decides to go talk to the principal about the one teacher that may or may not be assaulting kids, or like he's on the verge of assaulting kids.
Principal Wade, he has a thing for tickling.
Where on the body?
Their feet. Sometimes a child will go to his office for disciplinary reasons. That's when it happens.
And then he just ruins that guy's fucking life, and he gets him fired. But it's such a dark moment because you have your hero character just essentially falling into this random pit of being too cautious, being overly cautious, and it just destroys someone's life.
Yeah. He's becoming a monster.
He's becoming a monster.
It wrecked his home life a little bit, and
the woman he dated wasn't.
It kind of made no sense, honestly. It's like this chick was like such a...
No, they were trying to do like an opposites attract thing, but it was like, nah.
Yeah.
My favorite scene is the, favorite. It's not like I get off to the scene, but like the guy with the shoes.
Oh, you get off.
The serial killer who loves the women's shoes.
Yeah, Brutos.
And they bring him and then he like goes in the corner and masturbates with the shoe.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Amen.
It's a good show, though.
Shoe. However you feel about shoe masturbation. Yeah. Great show.
Well, the opening of the show is amazing. The guy shoots himself in the head. It's just like, fuck. It sets a tone so quickly. And it's very Fincher. It's very Fincher in that moment.
Very, very Fincher. Why doesn't he make more stuff? It bothers me.
Fincher? He makes a lot of stuff.
Forever. No, he doesn't. Other than Mindhunter, he hasn't made anything.
Well, he made Gone Girl.
Yeah, that was 6 years ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Was it really 6 years ago?
It was a long time since Gone Girl.
No, I'm sure he's cooking something up. It's just that he's so...
He was attached, of all things, to the World War Z sequel, which was a bad idea.
I don't think so. I think you'd make that movie fantastic.
Well, yeah, I mean, you attach him to anything, he'll make it better than somebody else would, but why?
Yeah,
just let him do his own thing.
Yeah.
World War Z.
Yeah. No, another thing, too.
We don't need another zombie movie.
Nah.
But I think now he's like on like a pirate movie or something like that.
Pirate?
It was something really ridiculous.
Really?
Because I heard the world...
Helicopter. They're coming for us. It's over.
It's David Fincher.
Yeah.
Flush the drugs. Flush them.
David Fincher is going to make us do 73 takes of this podcast.
He's like, motherfucker, I'm making the new Uncharted series. How dare you?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be good.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
That'd be a very dark Uncharted, though.
I'm in.
That movie needs to happen.
I know it doesn't.
No?
No.
Why not?
The games are fine.
I
guess that's true.
Like, it doesn't need to go to another medium.
No.
Yeah, all right.
But me and Jimmy were talking about earlier that David Fincher, because we were talking, he's cutting in Premiere.
Oh, yeah. He cuts in Premiere.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yes. He has his own version of Premiere.
Oh.
Which is the coolest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
That is some BD right there.
Yeah.
Big director energy.
There's some editors I worked with. He's very obsessive when it comes to post, which makes sense.
He's obsessive about everything.
Period. Yeah. He's a chip off of the old Kubrick. But like he went out of his way to tell Adobe, hey, I want this, I want that. Like just working with their program.
And they made it for him.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, okay, because they're so willing to be a part of like.
But they won't release that version of it though.
They won't release it, and I really wish they do. Like Premiere Pro Fincher or something.
Yeah,
like
Premiere Pro F. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, whatever you got to call it, because I'm sure it's like a mix between Avid and Premiere.
It's probably the perfect mix of both.
Yeah,
I like cutting in Premiere. I really do.
Yeah, like this past project that I did. This project I just worked on for the past like fucking 7 months. It was all Premiere, and it was my first big project on Premiere. And in the beginning, I kind of hated it because Avid. Is this the first time we're talking about post?
Yeah, we're really getting into it this time. Yeah, it's the first time.
Avid like really forced me to think a certain way, whereas Premiere is not like that at all.
It's very open.
It's very you're just free balling the whole fucking way.
Yeah.
And now I really appreciate it. And like it makes me think a little more openly when it comes to workflows. And
well, it's more organic in that you can like really jump around to like After Effects, and you can jump into like, so now that I cut the podcast in Audition, which is an Adobe product, and it's like you can jump from Premiere to Audition to do a quick mix, and you can go back and forth. And there's a kind of a beauty to that, and it's kind of really nice.
Yeah.
The problem with Premiere, I'm thinking this is what Fincher's probably. I would hope this is what Fincher's actually the Fincher version of this product is the media management is fucking garbage.
It's dog shit.
Yeah.
It's like the media management's really, really bad.
Yeah.
And I also think that what was it, the back end of making it like,
or any kind of online
shooting something out.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's not
it's terrible.
It's almost professional. It's not there yet. So I imagine that Fincher kind of like talks to them and is like, hey guys, this is how we've been doing it for the last God knows how many years in post. Maybe this is something you should include now. And I like to think that each version that comes out of Premiere, he has some kind of influence on it.
I would hope so, because I mean, like I remember when I was cutting a film, and it was my first feature film that I was editing, and at the end
what
of it,
was that called?
That is what's it called now? Because originally it was called Long Goodbye. Now it's
Hello Goodbye.
They changed the title.
They changed the title. It's Never Mind Goodbye now.
Never Mind Goodbye.
Really? They changed the title after the film already came out. They changed the title.
Well, I think to get distribution, that's why they changed it to Never Mind Goodbye, because the Long Goodbye is taken.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa.
Oh, who knew?
Huh.
But
I'm not going to tell the story.
Don't do it. have to cut this. We have to cut the entire section. But
want to hear the story?
No, you'll hear it off air.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
Career killing content.
Yeah. But when I was at the end of cutting that, I had to go out and make a AAFs because I didn't have an AE. So. Jaime.
Hey man.
Actually, I did have an AE. It was Jaime.
It was me. I spent a day doing sound design poorly, and then I bounced.
Yeah, it was just nice.
Yeah.
No, but to the point is, like, I got to the AAF section of it, and it would crash every time. And it's been anytime you do anything over like 30 minutes, Premiere just on the back end becomes kind of garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting there for narrative though. But
Good.
I don't know about documentary.
Well, I think like any kind of long form content on Premiere is just going to be a little wonky.
Yeah.
On the back end. But yeah, anyway.
Anyway, sorry. We'll talk more about this in another
episode. We need a whole episode of just fucking.
We could just riff on this for a while.
Terrible AE boring shit.
Yeah.
Or editing, whatever. Fucking post boring shit.
Post.
Yeah.
It is called the Postcast.
Yeah.
This is the first time we talked about post.
No, we talked about it once before, but
we're like 14 episodes in.
Yeah. No, this will be 16.
Oh, 16.
Look at us, up to 16 episodes.
Nice.
And we're almost legal.
When do the checks come in?
It is the season of the sponsorship, so we're working on
money. Are we talking about TV shows too? Do we all get to pick TV shows?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Jamie, you're up.
Yeah.
TV show. I was just thinking about this while you were talking about your TV show.
Okay.
Gary and his Demons.
Sword, make me better! To the distant night I become myself, but a better version of myself. I'm the best!
Oh yeah, I've always wanted to see that, Gare. Pretty cool, right? Oh, fuck yeah!
You guys watch that?
I have no idea what that is.
No, sir, I have not.
No one watched
heard
it. Really?
Where's it on?
It's on VRV.
What?
Verve, right?
I think it's VRV.
VRV.
Are you speaking English right now?
Yes. So there's another like streaming service for cartoons. It's a cartoon, and John immediately just hated me.
Yeah. It's on Crunchyroll actually.
It's on Crunchyroll.
It's part of Crunchyroll because your VRV subscription gives you Crunchyroll.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Postcast is brought to you by Crunchyroll.
That's another thing we should talk about.
Crunchyroll.
Like,
we don't know what it is. Is it tasty? Do you watch movies on it? Who knows? Crunchyroll.
Wait, what were you saying?
Well,
is it food? Is Crunchyroll
it's
food?
probably food.
Yeah, I definitely
sure it is.
Crunchyroll. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
It's definitely tasty.
Go on,
Tempura.
man.
Sorry. What was I talking about?
You
Gary
said
and his
we should do
Demons.
an episode of what?
Oh, about streaming services.
Oh yeah, we should
we
do
could
that.
like spend 20 minutes. Like we don't have to do a whole fucking episode.
Right.
But like, What's interesting about this one is that it's wrapping up a bunch of streaming services in one package. So like there's Crunchyroll, there's Funimation.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff that no one's going to pay separately for.
Yeah.
And they're just wrapped up into one big...
You know what it is. It's cable TV.
It's fucking cable TV.
We're back to cable TV
Yes,
now.
we are.
Where you have like 85 channels you never watch.
It's just too much content.
But you have no choice and you get a bundle.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
But Gary and his Demons.
Oh yeah, so sorry. So Gary and his Demons. It's Jim's watched it. He's loved it.
I fucking love that show.
We talk about it, I think, all the fucking time.
It's up there with it's about as much as regular show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is my other favorite.
Yeah.
Is it as good as regular show?
It's great. It's darker.
Really good.
Wow.
Yeah, it's dark.
What's the animation style?
Flash.
It's like, you ever watch Super Joe?
Deep Space 69.
Deep Space 69.
That's good.
That's the ultimate stoner show.
Yeah.
Oh God! What
I guess my question.
What a wonderful world we live in, right?
I guess the aesthetic is what I'm wondering. Like, does it look like regular show? Like,
no,
or is it a little more?
It's
more internety,
more detailed.
It's not. I wouldn't call it internety. I would call it like messy.
Yeah.
Like there's this weird like you remember those commercials in the 90s with the MTV logo where it just keeps like swishing around?
Yeah.
It's that style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like they really don't care about like scaling things. Like it's just really ridiculous looking. I kind of love it. That style.
Yeah. Content's hilarious, man.
Yeah, the show is
so
ridiculous.
fucking good.
It's about a demon hunter who's I think he's fit in his late 50s.
I think he's like I think he's supposed to be like in his 40s, like late 40s, but he's aged poorly.
He's aged poorly. He's balding. He's got the Hulk Hogan thing going on.
Yeah.
He hates his job. He hates his life. He's super depressed.
Oh God.
Yeah. And he's just hunting demons.
Yeah.
And so the show opens up with him hunting a demon. And then he like runs into an alley with the fucking kid, and like the demon's like this shape-shifting thing.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's just a kid in like one of those like
it's oddly classic kind
it's
of
like a 1950s like
orphan uniform.
Sailor uniform thing.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm a little boy, and he's holding a lollipop.
Listen, this is unfortunately more plausible than I'm comfortable with, but I am 99% sure you're that demon. You got a real demon vibe right now?
I'm not a demon, I'm just poor. My parents died.
Okay, if you're...
Help me, take me to a shelter.
I hunt demons for a living. I know a demon when I see one. You're doing a very good job, kudos. But I gotta cut you in half now, because I know you're a demon.
No, I'm a little boy, I'm homeless, I'm so hungry, please. I
Please
need my
stop
medicine.
talking. I'm gonna cut you in half now, so just stop talking.
It's my birthday.
Oh, shit!
You okay?
And he like chops the fucking arm off, and the demon like runs past him, and the kid's arm is like bleeding. And it's like, and they're all screaming together. So there's fun moments like that, and
talking a lot about child violence today.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good family show.
Having a good time with it too.
Yeah.
We laugh a lot about child violence.
Actually, my favorite episode of that is the tiger one.
The tiger one.
The tiger gets infected with like a demon kind of venom.
Okay.
It's demon AIDS.
Demon AIDS. Yeah, it's pretty much demon AIDS. And it's like for whatever reason he's in a zoo. Oh, he's chasing a kid through the zoo.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not a kid. He's chasing a demon through the zoo. There's a kid involved in that one too. The one who speaks whatever. And he ends up in a tiger pit, and like the tiger ends up saving him, but in the process gets like this demon AIDS. And he tries to save the tiger, and they're like, we have to put the tiger down. So he takes the tiger, and they leave. And then he ends up having like this whole like
he kidnaps the tiger.
And they have this whole love story.
He's like riding his back through the forest and shit.
Yeah, but they do the whole thing to a different, like they take the beat and the music of Eye of the Tiger, but he has his own lyrics that are all specific to what's happening in the scene. And it's great.
And he's got this really like creepy, ridiculous voice, which makes it so much better. He's like, hey guys. I have the tiger. He's so uncomfortable, that guy. He's great.
It's good.
That's pretty damn good. It's
a really good show.
That's great.
And I hope there's a season 2.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. It deserves many seasons because it's so fucking.
It deserves like a main spot, like on Adult Swim.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
All right.
And we work on that show.
Yeah, I would.
We would work on that show. Of course.
John Boy, what do you got?
Hire us.
Yeah.
Are we doing TV now?
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah.
I have nothing for TV.
No.
All right. I'm gonna toss out a documentary.
Good.
I doubt anyone here has seen it.
Which one?
They Shall Not Grow Old.
was putting a dressing on a German, and he was very, very shaky and fearful of what we were going to do to him.
But they were more frightened than we were. We were frightened, I don't mind telling you.
Mostly they were just boys as we were. They seemed glad to be captured. They were out of it.
Nah.
The World War One doc.
Peter Jackson.
Yeah,
Peter Jackson directed documentary.
We talked about this, right? It's the World War One thing.
That's right. That's what we just said.
Oh, fucking whatever. I just remember the picture.
He literally just said that.
You literally, yeah, you did. I'm sorry, John.
So they took old footage from World War One, the stuff that's like 12 frames per second or whatever, and basically created beautiful high res
color
23:9:8 footage out of it, and then they hired lip readers to read like what the soldiers were saying to each other, and then had actors read those lines.
Holy shit!
So he basically creates, it's like typically you see it on like History Channel. It's like black and white. It's just like a tank going over a thing. You're like, that's cool. Now it basically looks like it was shot like yesterday.
Oh wow!
It looks incredible.
I wonder what the process was for that.
It's a whole thing. There's actually, if you saw it in theaters, there's a little like making of documentary after it. That's almost as good as the documentary itself.
Really?
Because it's just Peter Jackson like wandering around his gigantic facility in New Zealand with like no shoes on because he runs the place, just like showing you how they do everything. And you're like, God damn, this is amazing.
He's walking around like I am master of all that I survey.
Yeah. He has. I think I sent you guys a photo, but he has his own giant post-production house.
Yes, you did.
That's basically just a post-production house for him, for his movies. It's incredible.
They are pretty big, his movies.
Yeah, he runs New Zealand basically.
Yeah.
He is New Zealand.
He is the New Zealand film industry.
He is
by himself.
It's like him in Flight of the Conchords. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
See, no one knows that.
I knew that. I'm just like, they probably have like one guy.
Yeah, it's what's his name?
Final Cut Pro 7.
It's what's his name? Brett.
Yeah,
What the fuck his name is?
Yeah.
So if any of those soldiers were actually still alive, I wonder how pissed they would be about other people reading their lines. It's like, I don't sound like that. I don't sound like that at all.
I don't think they care anymore. They're fucking dead. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. If any of them are alive.
Hell of a film, and it's great to watch a documentary that's made by somebody who can actually like make a movie,
right?
As opposed to like, here's a guy sitting in a chair talking about Syria,
right?
Not to shit on every documentary ever made,
But pretty much what you just did.
But
here
it's like,
we are.
It's like when there's an action scene where there's a big battle, it's cut together like it's an action scene,
Right.
Yeah, and it makes it entertaining. It's like an actual movie.
Yeah,
right.
I loved it. They shall not grow old.
Is that coming out anytime soon? Because I really wanted to see it, but I missed it.
It was out in theaters. I'm sure it'll be on digital soon.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
I think it's on Netflix.
No, it's not.
It's not.
If it were, I'd be all over that.
Yeah, I don't think it's
All up in it.
All up in it.
Very nice, very nice.
Digitally.
Hell of a motion picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to it soon. I'd love to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed I didn't get to see it in theaters. Damn shame.
Goddamn shame.
You're less of an American for that.
Yes. No, I fully agree.
Well, it's not about American soldiers, but
Oh, it's not?
no, it's about the British.
British, yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
They're not as brave and cool as us, but they're okay.
Well, we always come in late.
I mean, we're pretty badass.
Well, that's the way you do it.
Yeah, we come in late.
Well, you don't go in at the beginning and kill it, and like have all your dudes die. You come in at the end when you see who's going to win.
We
and
always
you sweep
come in,
and you're like, here we are to save the day.
Yes.
We always come in at the very wait a minute, like the fourth quarter.
Just fucking layups.
Yeah.
When it's the fourth quarter and our guys are up by 3, we come in and then we win by like 4.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're like, we did it.
You guys watch Life is Beautiful?
Yeah.
What's that?
Life is Beautiful.
Wait, the Italian one?
Yeah, the
That
Holocaust
Italian movie from back in the day.
Yeah. You just reminded me of that scene in the very end where they're like it's like the end of the Holocaust and they're all walking out. And then it's just a giant like American tank, and the dude like opens the fucking shaft, and the whole movie is in Italian.
Yeah.
And then he comes out, and he's just this white bread, fucking steroids to the gills kind of soldier. He's like, "Hey, you guys all right?" He's like, "We're ready to fucking finish this thing for you guys.
Oh, God.
Don't worry, we got you."
Don't worry.
He's like, "Oh man, that's so much big dick energy."
God bless America.
God bless America.
We're heroes.
They win all the wars. America wins the wars.
Except Vietnam.
Except Vietnam.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
No.
I don't. Is there a Vietnam? Is that a thing?
No.
Isn't that a restaurant?
It's Korea too.
We don't talk about that either.
We've lost every war in the last 40 or 50 years, but before that we were really great.
Yeah, we're pretty cool then.
Yeah. You know, we're the best at stalemates.
This is true. We're the best at like we play Monopoly for 3 hours and then we realize we're not going to win and we just toss the board. And we're like, fuck you, we didn't even care about this. You think we give a shit who runs Iraq? Fuck you.
Oh my god, what do we got?
You got one more?
I don't know, man. Fuck. I'm gonna bring this movie up because I just watched it. If Beale Street Could Talk.
Hey!
Hi, Ernestine. Adrian.
How you doing?
Miss Sheila.
Hey, it's so nice to see you.
Got a call an emergency. Stomach to see you.
Great to see you.
Fonny's mother didn't like me. She just didn't think I was good enough for Fonny, which really means that she didn't think I was good enough for her. And in another way, she felt that I was maybe just exactly what Fonny deserved.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Barry Jenkins.
Yeah, it was a really good movie. It's very slow paced. It's beautifully shot. The acting performances are just phenomenal, and I mean that's more or less. I can't praise the movie that much on that end. I can, but yeah, it's very slow paced. So if you have the time and are not easily lulled to sleep,
Jesus Christ.
It's just, dude, it's pacing, man. And again, this is just my opinion.
It's great if you drink 4 cups of coffee.
Yeah, more or less.
It's great if you like bad movies, is what you're saying.
Wow. No, I mean it's a nice little love story. It's got little flashbacks here and there. There's some narration, which it's hit or miss.
At this point, you're just
I'm bad mouthing this movie.
His praise is like it's a motion picture. It's about 90 minutes long. There are actors in it.
You're definitely going like, yeah, they did their fucking best.
They did
their best.
It's a really well shot movie. It's fucking beautiful.
I'll shoot on a movie too.
Yeah. No. It's just,
can we go after Roma?
We can.
Can we spend some time going after Roma?
Totally. But
I haven't seen Roma.
Oh,
I didn't try.
I did. I tried.
I didn't try.
Should we take 5 minutes to go after Roma here?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está, chicos? ¿Dónde está?
Do it. Lead us off.
I have another Oscar contender that I'm going to rip into too.
Yeah?
So,
Okay.
We'll start with Roma and then we'll do that one.
This is the year in review, so.
This is the part of the podcast where we're all tired and cranky.
Yes. Coffee's wearing off.
Yeah. Before I rip into this movie, I will say that this is one of my favorite directors ever.
Mm-hmm. Alfonso.
Alfonso,
He's incredible.
He's incredible.
Not this time, though. Not this time.
Not this time, man. Like, it was weird. All his shots were static or panning. I didn't understand. I thought there was like... In the very beginning,
he usually does a lot of handheld stuff, and he didn't in this one, huh?
And I just like, why? Where's the handheld? Like, that's your thing.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't understand. And then for a little bit, why is it black and white? I didn't understand that either.
Is there no color at all?
There's no color.
Nope.
There's moments that are really, really funny, and like it brings you in. Like
the scene with her boyfriend nude, like doing his
doing the karate.
Yeah, that was
my
great.
god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that was good.
And or like the car, like when the dad's parking his car in the hallway, and he's like, he's like really, really tight, bumps in the mirror, and he's like, oh fuck, and he backs it up again. And he rolls onto the shit. It's like there's these really fun little moments that suck you in, but it's just that. It's just there's just slices of life kind of stuff. And then there's a part of me that's thinking, well, he's trying to make art, but it's not even that.
No.
It's
right.
It's just it's a real big circle jerk.
It's just kind of a series of scenes that it felt like he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a coherent story.
Yeah.
So he just grabbed this character who basically says nothing, has no emotion, and is totally uninteresting.
Well, you're talking
and uses
about
the maid, and then strings all of these random scenes together by just like having the maid be there.
Yeah.
And that's the story, I guess.
I mean,
What's the story? I'm a maid and I have a boyfriend. He's not very good.
I won't agree.
I'm not going
with
to
you.
dump him because I have no personality and I have no opinions about anything.
I won't agree with you.
Look at me passively walk through life with no emotion on my face for 90 minutes. She was awful. And she got nominated for an Oscar. What the fuck are people thinking?
Yeah.
She did get nominated.
I'm going to bring that up too.
Yeah.
Fucking, I got to go back to Beale Street real quick just because, like I said, this movie has a lot of great performances in it. And Regina King was nominated for the Best Supporting Actress, and she won, but she's barely in this fucking movie because it's not about her at all.
Right.
Which, again, supporting, fine, but she barely has anything to do in this movie.
Yeah.
And you guys are talking about, again, it's like what is this movie about? That I didn't find out what this movie was entirely about until 40 minutes into the movie. That is way too fucking long.
Yeah, I don't want to find out what Roma was about. I was in there for 30 minutes.
It, did you?
I stopped.
Yeah.
That's the first. That's the first movie I didn't watch completely.
Did you get to like there's like a riot outside?
The riot.
There's like a political protest. That's a good scene.
But
that's the thing. It's like it's a bunch of scenes here and there.
It's slices
where you're like,
of life.
This
That's all it
is
is.
like well shot. This is like a cool scene.
Right.
But the film just doesn't work.
That's.
You want to know what the story is? You want to know how it ends? Should we do a spoiler alert?
Go for it.
Yeah.
So it's about a maid, and she's with a family. And it's like clearly, so like, I don't know a ton about Alfonso's background. I assume that the family that's in the film is basically like his family, and that he grew up in like an upper middle class family in Mexico.
Yeah, so he's supposed to play the little blonde kid, I think. That's supposed to be Alfonso's character.
So it's like just do that.
Yeah.
Just have the film be about your family, because there are little like subplots of drama within the family, like the wife and the husband of the family split up. But and like that's the best part of the film. Just have it be about the family. Just have it be a film about like it's a family. It's 1960s. It's Mexico, and that's the story.
Yeah, that's my big thing with it too. It's like he made a movie, and it doesn't feel like.
What was that? A gunshot?
No, that was probably just a door opening or something.
Oh, okay.
That was my big thing with the movie. It's like it feels like he wanted to tell his story. Like him growing up as a fucking rich kid in Mexico.
Right.
But
maybe he felt like self-conscious
about
it.
I don't know the guy. I don't fucking know.
What was going through his head.
But like it almost feels like a bunch of dreams like stitched together almost.
Yeah.
Like there's no real cohesive plot to it. And like like watching it, I'm like, there's a good film in here. There's like, you could cut that movie and make it good.
Sure.
But like, make it, if you want to make it about the family, like make it about the like through the maid's eyes of his family that's like deteriorating. Like to me, that's a good film.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But in that case, I don't think you need the maid. Just make it be about the family.
But you could also. But the thing is, the maid is part of the family. Like she's, and there's these little moments where
she could get fired.
She could get fired.
You can't like fire your daughter.
Yeah, but she's
not really part of the family.
Well, she is. Like there's that moment where she gets pregnant, and then she tells the wife or the mom or whoever the fuck.
So you watched 30 minutes of it and you saw her get pregnant.
I saw her get pregnant. I stopped watching at the New Year's party.
Somebody's getting shot outside.
Yeah, there's some weird shit going on.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah, just keep this rolling, baby. Yeah, I got up to that part where there's an earthquake.
So the rest of the film. so that.
What is going
that's
on?
my computer.
What is happening?
So that ninja guy, basically the rest of the film is that ninja guy got her pregnant, as you saw.
Yeah.
Is it ninja guy?
Yeah, this is a really funny moment.
The best scene in the whole movie is he's completely nude and he's like showing her his like ninja moves.
It's like Tai Chi or
it's
something.
Really funny.
It's great.
So she gets pregnant with his baby. She finds him and tells him, and he's like, "I don't care."
Yeah. He dishes her.
And then she has a miscarriage, and that's it.
Okay.
Oh.
And then she's like with the kids at the end. The kids are like, "We love you," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh well, she's sad because she was gonna have a kid, but she didn't.
But she has no baby.
But it's like, she shouldn't have had the kid. She's not in a position in life to support a child. That's up for God to decide.
Yeah, exactly.
And God decided no.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question. Like,
no baby for you.
do you think you didn't finish it because? Do you think you didn't finish it because it was on Netflix?
No.
No.
I didn't finish it.
So if you were in theaters, you would have walked out.
I would have walked out. I'd be like, give me my money back.
Goddamn.
Like,
part of the problem too is
I wouldn't walk out. I would walk out and be like, give me my money back.
Oh Jesus.
That's how much I don't like this film.
I think part of the problem too is it's really kind of like a little artsy, personal, and kind of film, and Netflix pumped it up as like, this is Alfonso Cuarón's epic. His whole career has been building to this, and that's not what it is.
No,
it's a little minor like blip on his radar.
Yeah, it's an indie film.
Yeah,
it's a little indie film, and it's his life. It just so happens to be his life.
I think all of his films, including the Harry Potter movie he directed, are better than Roma.
Yeah, no, that's one. He's one of my favorite directors.
Yeah.
Like the guy's a genius in my opinion, and there's something I don't know. Like, there's something, either he's scared of something when he made this movie, or there's a little detachment. I don't know. Yeah. Like, there's something not all there. And again, like, I feel like he's trying to make art in this movie, because there's a lot of moments where it's just static shots. It's making you wait. It's very fucking boring. There's not much going on in the shot. He does a lot of these like long panning shots, and you're just like, I don't fucking care.
He shot that guy dead.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Somebody outside just got shot like 15 times.
Yeah, someone's dying.
Please. I think it's my dog banging against his cage.
Please hold for police sirens, because they're coming.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So Roma.
Yeah.
Watch
very
it.
disappointing.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
Watch it.
No, don't watch it.
Yeah. For the
Jim,
love of God, don't.
what 2018 film did you despise?
I didn't despise it, but I watched it on the. I was on a plane and I got to watch it. It was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Well, I'm not entirely sure that's the album you promised us.
No, it's better than the album we promised you. It's better than any album anyone's ever promised you, darling. It's a bloody masterpiece.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's fair.
So no, first I want to say like Rami Malek, fucking awesome.
He kills it, man.
He didn't sing though.
He didn't sing. He did sing, but it was like you can't really fucking match Freddie Mercury.
Well, Val Kilmer matched Jim Morrison. Some people can do it.
Yeah, what's up?
He's not on Val Kilmer's
no, Val
level.
Kilmer is. I mean, I love Jim Morrison. I love the Doors, but I mean, Jim Morrison sounds like a drunk and he sings like a drunk. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can kind of match that.
Yeah, but that's kind of the charm.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
But you know, like Freddie Mercury
That's his
is.
style.
You know, Freddie Mercury's a different level. But I'm bringing this up because it's a postcast and also because it won Best Editing.
Oh yeah,
right.
The editing is truly horrendous.
The editing. So I was actually having this conversation earlier with somebody else, and I was saying like everyone brings up that one scene that's the dialogue scene of like 87 cuts in like 40 seconds or some shit like that, whatever it is. But I don't like. I generally don't like the movie. I think it's very very cookie cutter rock biopic.
It's a fucking jukebox movie.
Yeah, but the thing with the editing, and like I said, the editing isn't particularly great, but I will say one thing about it is that everyone keeps picking on that one particular scene. It's like, oh, it's so shitty. The problem is you can't really do that considering the fact that the entire film has a pace to it, and that scene within the pace of the film makes total fucking sense.
Right.
Because the entire movie is cut like rapid fire.
Right.
So everyone like getting up in arms and like freaking out about this one particular scene, yes, it is fucking annoying, but over the course of the entire film is that way. So you can't have one random fucking scene that's going to be like super mellow. But it is not a good movie though.
Feels like there's a lot of strings being pulled in that
Bryan
movie.
Singer directed that, right?
Yeah, he did.
Kind of.
Is his career over yet? Like how many more of these fucking things?
Well, him and the DP directed it. The DP ended up taking over afterwards.
After
that explains everything.
Yeah.
What did he get fired? He dropped off.
He left after his accusations came through.
Right.
Fuck yeah, guys. We did it.
Yay.
What are we doing next? What's our next episode?
Our next episode. Our next episode is actually going to be. We're going to start our first long form series, which is going to be the Made in New York / Subway series.
Yeah.
So we're going to go
Subway
through
series.
Subway
That's exactly what it should be called.
Talk about baseball?
No. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through.
Fuck the Mets.
and fuck the Mets.
Guys.
But Mets. Just saying. I mean, come on.
Well, I will not be here for that show. That's for fucking sure.
And protest. Just like the Mets, you don't show up for the big game.
Oh, fuck, that's accurate.
Don't show up for the
Jesus
Subway
Christ.
series.
Such a burn. But we're going to do
Fucking
5
turncoat over
parts.
here.
Shut up! The Mets suck. We all know the Mets suck.
No, John's a turncoat.
Why is he a turncoat?
Yeah.
Because I went to some Mets games and now I don't.
He likes the
Yankees
Mets.
games.
Do you like the Mets or do you like the Yankees?
He's a Yankees fan now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Yankees fan.
Correct.
Yeah, but he is a fan now.
Why are you not a Phillies fan?
Because I'm not from Philadelphia.
You're from Pennsylvania, though. You can be a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, too.
No.
No?
No Pirates.
Fucking turncoat.
No Steelers for you.
That's baseball. That's football.
No, I know it's football. I'm just saying, naming Pennsylvania
Yeah.
teams here.
Do they have a hockey team?
Yeah.
They do.
Penguins.
Oh. Ew.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway,
So we're doing a Subway series.
Anyway, Subway series, 5-part series. We're going to hit every borough and films made in that borough.
Oh, cool.
And TV shows.
And TV shows, yeah.
Staten Island's going to be a challenge, but we'll do the best we can.
Staten Island is the first
Everyone
one.
watch Blue Bloods.
There's a movie
Blue
called
Bloods.
Once Upon a Time in Staten Island or something like that.
Yeah, and the first Purge.
First Purge.
Everybody watch the first Purge.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Because for some reason it's set in Staten Island.
I mean, that's where it would be.
Don't make me watch that.
Right.
But yeah, so we're going to do, I think the order we're going to do is Staten Island, Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan.
Cool.
So that's the next 5 episodes.
Start with the
for us.
hardest and work our way up.
Yeah.
Yep.
The easiest.
And I mean, we got others in the can.
Yeah, so we also have we're going to do our Western series that's going to come out at some point.
Yeah.
We're also going to do a John Wick episode and our Nick Cage series.
Still with the Nick Cage. Yeah, we got to get that in.
That's going to be a good one as well.
I found out a really cool story about Nick Cage.
Save it for the episode. Yeah.
Save it.
Also, we're going to try to do a true crime series as well.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. So that's going to be mostly.
Yeah, it's going to be all you do.
That's going to be sitting there in front of the computer like, okay, so then this happened and this fucking movie. But yeah, that's what we got some of that stuff coming up soon.
Cool.
It's coming up. Get ready.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you. We hell of a show. And thank you guys for joining us. We will be back in another week or two. In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we're
two-ish.
Two-ish.
Yeah.
Let's
we'll get around to it. We'll get around to it.
Yeah. Don't hold us to this. Guys.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
But we're gonna sign off here. I'm Gavin Basilar.
Oh, I'm Jim Chalice.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Jamie too.
Nice.
And I'm John too.
I'm also Jim sometimes.
Yeah.
He is.
Guys, find us on fucking Instagram or Twitter. Don't forget to find us on iTunes. Give us some reviews.
Oh, subscribe on iTunes. Subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah.
We now have a perfect 5-star rating on Apple
iTunes.
Podcasts.
Yeah, go ruin that for us.
That's fantastic.
What's that?
So people go ruin that for us.
Yeah, give us some reviews and
give us some criticism.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
We won't take it.
If you want to sponsor the podcast, cool.
Yeah, that would also be good as well.
Yeah.
If you have like an uncle who has like a dentist's office in New Jersey somewhere, that's fine.
That's really
Doesn't have
specific.
to be film related.
Yeah, that was really specific.
Could be anything.
Could be anything.
Yeah.
You know, your dad owns a junkyard.
Yeah.
Totally.
We're ready.
Yeah, we'll shout you out.
Real estate
Season
mongrel.
of the sponsorship.
Yes.
All right.
Bye.
Love you.
Do that, guys.
We're done.
Next time on the Postcast.
I'm done with Stranger Things. God, it's
I think this is the last season, though.
It's enough. No, they got 2 more.
They have 2 more?
Yeah, they have a 5. They have a 5-season story arc.
So they're going into the 90s?
Fuck yeah, they are.
This has been a J3 Filmworks production.